Today, when breaking the rules turns you into a literal monster, what would you do when you need to choose between following the law or doing the right thing? This is Lawful number 1.
I'm a geek. I use stop bubbles when I speak. I'm a freak because she received that from me. I'm unique. There is only one of me. I'm complete, so I really don't care what you think of me. I'm a geek.
Hello there, Comic Clan, and welcome to Comics in the Cross, the greatest streamers and YouTubers that you've never heard of. I am Cross, and today we are looking at Lawful number 1 from Boom Studios. Lawful is written by Greg Pak with art from Diego Galindo, colours are from Irma, Kniivila, and lettering by Simon Bowland. This is the second week in a row that we've had the honour of getting to check out a brand new number 1 from Boom Studios, and they are quickly reaffirming why they're one of my favourite comic publishers at the moment. They've put out some absolute bangers in the past and are continuing to do so. As much as I enjoyed last week's number 1, Profane, go ahead and click on the card up in the corner if you've not checked out our review of that one. I absolutely adored Lawful. In Lawful, we follow our main character Sung and his friend Eris in the walled-off city of New Sanctum. We find Eris throwing rocks that she was meant to get rid of into the water surrounding the city. Sung freaks out and tells her, we aren't meant to be doing that, but instead of telling her off and making her change her mind, she coaxes him into kicking a rock into the water. This grabs the attention of a monster that jumps out and lands on the surface over the wall and begins to attack them. They're saved by Sung's father, who kills the creature and sends it back. And he then scolds his son. He warns him that the people in the area could have been severely hurt, and also himself due to the blessing and curse that protects the city. For whenever someone breaks the rules, a part of you is transformed, and if you break enough of them, you become a monster yourself. We see Sung then open up his shirt, and he now has scales on his chest from the law breaking that he just committed. We also seen that Eris in the beginning panel had a tail, meaning that at some point she's broken the rules as well and is seeing the physical effects of it. From there we jump 13 years later, and Sung, who I'm guessing is now in his early 20s, is training for the office of the champion, just like his dad was. To fulfill this role, he avoids breaking any laws so that he's pure enough, but is mocked by the people in the town that all have minor changes. We see some with wolf-like features, horns, etc., and they mock him that he is a true innocent. This role-keeping continues as he sees Eris across the street, and she asks for help with boxes she's carrying that he waits for the crossing light to turn green before he attempts to go over, even though there's no traffic, causing her to drop everything while waiting on him. Eris is definitely the more rebellious friend, and we see her now with horns and a cat paw that matches her tail from before. She teases him about his rule following, but we also see that she genuinely wishes him well, knowing it's important to him. She jokes that she can give him the answers to the written exam and waves a paper in front of his face, which causes Sung to have an absolute panic attack. And as he heads home from seeing her, he checks his chest to see if the scales have expanded or grown or more have appeared. After telling his mom about what happened and having all his anxiety at making a mistake reaffirmed, he ends up acing the written test, and when taking the practical, which is walking on burning coals, he runs across them instead of looking for the cool spots like his classmates do. Eris finds him after the test, and Sung seems to be having a crisis of faith, and even apologises for not helping her the day before. Eris thinks this is because he kept the rules all his life and failed, when in fact he ended up passing the test and gets to become a cleric. At the office of the champion, he is given his first assignment. Along with the other new clerics, they are to review exile orders for people to be stripped of their citizenship. They need to have information confirmed and exiled, or if the information is incorrect, it has to be reprocessed for the person, and they'll be allowed to stay until their next review. The name that Sung is given is Eris. He decides to send Eris's paperwork back for review and to save her from being exiled, without really even so much as a second thought. But this would appear to be rule breaking, as on his way home he checks his chest to see if his scales are growing, and they have in fact started to spread across his chest for the first time since he was a boy. This story absolutely grabbed my attention, and it honestly hit on a personal level for me. Something I've dealt with has been that fear of being good enough, being scared to make a mistake and to get everything wrong, and just screw up what is meant to be the plan for my life. This is obviously a more extreme version that Sung is going through, but this story of a blessed/cursed city where rule breakers turn monstrous all of a sudden became a heartfelt question in my eyes. Is it really worth stressing and being afraid of breaking the rules? And will you find a situation where you believe doing the right thing doesn't line up with keeping the rules and the laws? The art in this book is also very well done, with great images from Galindo and a soft, subtle colouring from Irma Kniivila. I can't wait to see more of the art though. I want to see more of the city and what it looks like, more of the people that have become deformed and monstrous looking, and definitely more of the full-blown monsters that lurk outside the city before I fully decide if I'm a fan of it or not. But so far it seems to be pretty enjoyable. I have no idea what's going to happen next in Lawful, but this 100% grabbed my attention and was an absolutely phenomenal read. I cannot wait to pick up issue 2. But that's it for me for today. Did you check out Lawful #1 for yourself? What did you think of the series so far? What other comics would you like us to cover here on the channel? Please leave answers to all of those in the comments down below. If you liked what you've seen today, then please go ahead and consider hitting that like button, and make sure to hit subscribe to catch any future comic reviews here on the channel. Take care, and remember, it's a good week to be a geek. Peace.